Welcome inside Wake Med Soccer Park, where North Carolina FC, coming off one of their most impressive wins of the season, a 6-2 win over the Charlotte Independents, looks to get a big 3 points at home against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Hello, everybody. Welcome inside. I'm James Alverson alongside Jason Gary. Glad to have you here tonight on WRAL2 as North Carolina FC takes on the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the USL. And Jason, huge win for North Carolina FC against Charlotte, 6-2, everything clicking for the guys in blue.
It sure was for me, James. The best performance of the season so far for North Carolina FC. They were clicking offensively, defensively, lots of players getting involved in the attack, and it was a pretty dynamic display from them the entire game.
And we'll certainly look to see Mr. Steinberger get things going in that engine room down in the midfield again this game.
Yeah, he really was the catalyst coming in his first game. He'd only been training for about a day before he started this game last week, and he was excellent, scored a few goals, assists. He was dynamic in the attacking role that he's asked to play. We're going to look for him again tonight to have an impact on this game.
And, of course, Daniel Rios up front as well. He's been putting the ball in the back of the net a lot, 50 goals so far on the season, keeping it rolling.
Yeah, he's an absolute sniper up there. When he gets a chance, he generally finishes it, and that's been so important for this North Carolina FC team to have a guy that can get you double-digit goals, and there's no signs of him slowing down, really, moving forward.
Now, on the other side for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, winless in their last 5, although they do have 2 draws. You see, of course, Joe Cole.
Yeah, famous. If you're a soccer fan, you know Joe Cole, many caps for the England national team. And he's been with this team for a few years now. He's going to play in that deep-lying midfielder role and look to connect and get forward as well. He's capable of scoring, spectacular goals.
In that engine room in the midfield, right alongside Joe Cole, Poku taking it up there, the Ghanaian national.
Yeah, he's been excellent, Poku. You know he has the ability to beat players one-on-one. He can score goals, get assists, and he's dynamic. The back four for North Carolina FC has got to have an idea where he is at all times.
So it'll be an interesting matchup in the midfield as Zach Steinberger and North Carolina FC look to shut down the Tampa Bay Rowdies here, as North Carolina FC looks to get a big 3 points and stay in the playoff race. And it's all coming up next on WRAL2.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents were like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
Back inside a rainy Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. It should be an interesting matchup between the North Carolina FC and Tampa Bay Rowdies tonight. Tampa really not in great form so far, Jason, but we'll take a look at the starting lineups. And first, for North Carolina FC, you see up there, Zach Steinberger, 2 goals in his debut with North Carolina FC, and it'll be really critical for him tonight going up against Joko and Poku in the midfield.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a dream debut last week after just getting signed by North Carolina FC. That partnership between him and Daniel Rios still really, really early, but the first signs are excellent. Those guys are combining, and Steinberger and Rios running off each other should be excellent tonight.
And then you take a look at the Rowdies, of course, Portillos, Morad, Gorski, Poku and Cole we talked about in the midfield. They'll be up in more of attacking role. Fernandez, Oduro, Taku, and then Flemings and Guinzotti up top for the Rowdies.
Yeah, two very quality forwards in Guinzotti and Flemings up top. So Connor Tobin, Wilito Fernandez in the back for North Carolina FC. Have to have an eye on where those guys are. You're right, James, though, Tampa Bay not in great form right now, but they have the players to turn things on pretty quickly in this playoff run.
North Carolina FC sitting in 10th place. Sit back and enjoy this one from Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park as North Carolina FC banks one long looking for Rios, and now Tampa Bay will clear it up the sideline, and it'll work its way all the way up to Fernandez. Goes out, and we should have a restart here on the near side as we are just underway. Of course, reminds you the broadcast brought to you by Continental Tire. Glad to have them on board. As Austin Deleuze drops it back for Guillen. Knocked long, looking to get it up to Miller. It'll run out for a throw-in for North Carolina FC here in the early going. NCFC in 10th place in the Eastern Conference of the USL standings. They're 3 points out of 8th. And that is the final playoff spot. So trying to keep an eye on that as the season winds down here, Jason.
Yeah, talking to Coach Colin Clark before this 3-game homestand, he said they really need 9 points to vault themselves up into playoff position. They got 3 points last week. Looking to get 3 points again here tonight. But critical moments, if you're going to make a run and try to get in the playoffs for the USL, it has to start here at home.
So Gorski sends it long, but it is picked up by Tobin, and North Carolina FC will regroup, headed back towards the goal to our left. A little heavy touch from Becker, but it dropped back far enough for Wilito Fernandez. And that, we'll see if Guillen did a great job coming back to save that one in on a miss hit by Fernandez here on a soggy turf.
Yeah, it's interesting to me to see Kyle Becker coming back into the team. He was out last week due to yellow card, a suspension there, but the interaction between him and Steinberger, who's going to play in that more attacking role from Rios, I suspect it's going to be a combination of both of them. Both have great technical ability and ability to play that final pass and get in the box and finish.
Ian with a little time and space slipped it up to Becker, and a little 1-2 combination did not quite work in the midfield. And here comes
What a tackle.
Flemings back the other way, but he gets wiped out.
Graham Smith, great challenge from him. You can tell though, James, saw a lot of rain here over the last hour and a half or so. This field is slick, and the guys are having a little trouble adjusting to it, that first touch.
And that first touch always critical when the ball's skipping around and skidding like it is on this. It's a great surface, obviously, at Wake Med Soccer Park, but when you get a little water on it, you get the balls that skim a little bit and makes it a little bit faster.
Oh, yeah, and if you're an attacking player, you absolutely love that. It makes it difficult for the defenders, difficult for the goalkeeper. And both teams are going to try to test these goalkeepers early, some long-distance shots maybe.
There's Deleuze whipping one, trying to get it up for Miller on the left side, but Gorski will run it down. I checked that. That's actually Taku running it down for the Rowdies. As it is Becker slipping it back for DJ Taylor, making his 23rd start for North Carolina FC this year.
And he's really just solidified that right back role, James. He's been excellent defensively. Still learning as a young player, so he's really learning how to get involved in the attack. That's a part of his game that'll come with time, but he's been excellent defensively. His work rate is unquestionable.
There's Miller dropping it back for Deleuze. They'll switch it. To knock it clear for the Rowdies.
That's close. Good pressure here from North Carolina FC. Just not allowing Tampa to get out of their defensive third very easily.
And right now, if you're the Rowdies, you have to be a little concerned with both of your forwards having to drop so far back to get involved there. As just a few minutes ago, you saw Guinzotti nearly in the defensive third, trying to win the ball back for Tampa Bay.
Absolutely.
North Carolina really on the front foot so far.
And see, they really are playing a 4-4-2 formation. So in the ideal world, if they're holding possession, Tampa Bay is going to keep those two forwards as high as possible. But when they're forced by North Carolina FC's possession, they have to push them back a bit.
It's Miller chipping it back to Tobin, and he'll swap it all the way back to the Greek, Alex Tambakis. Still a little light rain falling at Salem Stadium, but the supporter section starting to fill in for North Carolina FC. You like to see that even on a rainy Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, still loud and boisterous over there, aren't they? You can hear them up here.
Smith knocks it over onto the right side, trying to get up with Becker, who did a nice job trying to win it back, but good hustle, but he played it out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rowdies.
Yeah, we mentioned the rain, James. It's almost a relief. It was so hot and humid and muggy earlier. I think the players would rather play in this drizzling rain than 90 degrees with the humidity.
So it'll be a throw-in for the Rowdies. Fernandez chipped it forward for Guinzotti. And he tried to get it back to Poku. It was intercepted. Here's Deleuze. And Guillen will let it run on. Misplayed. It's Guinzotti all over it. Trying to hook up with Flemings. Slipped a through ball. He's into the box. Actually, that was Poku. And Poku bangs one off a defender. And North Carolina FC survives that misplay in the midfield.
Yeah, just a mistake there by Guillen, giving the ball away. But great recovery run. Good counterattack here.
Rios has the ball taken away from him. And here's Gorski. Now headed back. Guillen gets on it this time a little more confidently to Austin Deleuze. Becker, one touch, back to Smith. Over to DJ Taylor, who will pull it in off the chest. Time and space for him to work. Joe Cole turns him around. Over for Miller on the left side. Looking for some space to work. Crossovers. And headed away. And it's Flemings trying to do a little work, but DJ Taylor wins it back for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, excellent defending by DJ Taylor. Tried to give a little juke there from the Tampa Bay forward. He was not fooled.
Here's Deleuze on that dangerous left foot.
He wants to hit it.
Guillen on the near side. He'll cross it into the box. Steinberger got a head on it. Now it's Becker with the ball at his feet. Blasted off a defender and out for a corner kick. It'll be brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery Carolina Keno corner kick. Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno.
Just a great positive start from North Carolina FC. High pressing, the defensive third, and good combination play going forward. Great opportunity here when that ball is slick and it's rainy. All set pieces play a bigger role here. Let's see what happens.
Here's Taylor. Played it short to him. Headed away. So Guillen will track it down. Looked like maybe Fernandez got a head on that one and knocked it away for the Rowdies. Here in minute number 8, we're still scoreless. Tampa Bay sitting in 13th place out of 16 in the Eastern Conference. They're on 28 points, but really North Carolina FC on 34, kind of the last team that seems to be in contention with the season winding down. Up to Becker, off the official. Now Smith will tee it up, low along the ground and swallowed up by Daniel Vega, making his third start for the Rowdies in goal.
Yeah, good attacking play from North Carolina. See, ends with a kind of a tame shot there from Graham Smith, but with a slick field, you want to put something on target, test the goalkeeper early.
He did have to get down and swallow that one up. As it's Morad. Up for Cole, and now over here onto the near side for Gorski. He'll slip it up to Taku. Long ball played forward, looking to get Flemings on the end of it. He's into the box, but he's a step offside.
Yeah, great line there from Julito Fernandez and Connor Tobin. Back four, very organized. Caught Flemings cheating a little bit there, trying to get a step on his defender. Lito Fernandez played such a huge role last week. He's one of those players, he can do something absolutely spectacular or have some of those boneheaded plays. If he eliminates those boneheaded plays, I mean, he is an unbelievable talent playing there in that center back role.
You just got a good look at Neil Collins in his first season with the Tampa Bay Rowdies on the sideline, looking on at his squad. Here's Becker, crosses it over to the left foot, blasts it well over the bar, and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, see Kyle Becker, after not playing last week, he's been active so far this week, cutting in from that right-hand midfield spot. He's got the ability to hit that one as well, just got underneath that strike a little bit.
Rain starting to pick up just a little bit as we cross into minute number 11 here at Salem Stadium in Wake Med Soccer Park. Ball knocked out. It'll be a throw-in for North Carolina FC. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Becker slipped it up to Rios, tried to give it right back to him. Fortunately, Taylor there. Steinberger knocked it into the box, and it was knocked out by Morat. Be a throw-in deep in the North Carolina FC end.
Yeah, I like the idea from North Carolina FC. Get a lot of crosses in the box, challenge these Tampa Bay defenders on this slick field. Just continue to put dangerous balls in there. See if something bounces your way.
Throw in. Becker pulls it down and holds it up. It'll be a corner kick. Brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery. It's brought to you by Carolina Keno. Gives you the option to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Look for Keno in select locations you enjoy spending time, like restaurants, pubs, and convenience stores. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. Becker blasted into the box. Punched out by Vega. And they'll head it forward up for Flemings. He's trying to do battle and win it back. Long run onto the near side. And it goes out for a North Carolina FC throw. Ian. Now over for Tobin. He'll slip it back to his keeper, Tambakis. Knocked out. It'll be a North Carolina FC throw. Here's Smith. Back to Julito Fernandez. Slide it up to Graham Smith here, and DeLuce over to Taylor. Taylor playing it long, but knocked away. As Junior Fleming's taken down from behind, no call. He's still down. And the official stop play is Matt Franz looking at Junior Flemings, who is down, still on holding. Not sure exactly what's wrong with him, but he did take a pretty good knock.
I think it's an inadvertent little hand to the face there from Lito Fernandez. Thought it was a pretty fair challenge. Could have gone either way, but the referee has kind of let everyone play. I don't think he's called a foul yet, maybe one so far this game, but I think it might have been Lito Fernandez's hand just making a little contact with his face there.
North Carolina FC looked like they had an opportunity to kind of break forward there with Flemings down, but the official obviously whistling play and bringing out the training staff here for the Rowdies to check on Junior Flemings out of Kingston, Jamaica. He scored 5 goals on the season so far for the Rowdies. And they do get him sitting up, which is a good sign here.
Yeah, I think a little bit of frustration there from Flemings. Lito Fernandez won that ball. The referee did not call a foul, so see how that develops here as this game goes on. Those guys have been battling in the first 15 minutes or so.
And he'll walk off to the side. Get a nice light round of applause from the North Carolina FC faithful on hand here tonight. It'll be a restart here. As Poku will poke it long. And North Carolina FC will be back in business as Flemings comes right back on. Tambakis will knock one long, trying to get it up to Rios and just overshot him. It'll skip all the way back to Daniel Vega. Gorski will switch it over to the left side to Zap Portillos. Haven't called his name very much tonight as he slips it up to Leo Fernandez. In for Flemings. Fleming trying to touch it right back out to Fernandez, but it was turned out by DJ Taylor and North Carolina FC.
Yeah, good cover from DJ Taylor there. Tracked his runner. Didn't get caught ball watching.
So a throw in for the Rowdies. Poku comes over, and Becker will win it. Deleuze now back up. Steinberger being challenged from behind. Taken down, wins a free kick for North Carolina FC. Brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Charcoal Chicken.
It was great work by Zach Steinberger there. He was off balance and had to draw this foul because he wasn't going to get to the ball here. Just keeps battling through the challenges. He's able to draw that foul, just gets stomped on there by the Tampa Bay defender. Good ball.
Rios tracking it down up on the near side. Sliding it up for Miller. Can he save it? Crossed to the back post. Nobody home. It's played out for a corner kick.
That's a heck of a cross from Stephen Miller there to get to that ball and keep it in play. Earned a corner kick here. Connor Tobin and the big fellas coming up from the back.
It's time for a North Carolina Education Lottery Carolina Keno corner kick. Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. And it'll be Becker. Out swinging corner from the right foot, headed down by Julito Fernandez, and it'll skip out as he had all kinds of opportunity there just to put that one on frame. It's going in.
You're right, James. That was an excellent opportunity for Julito Fernandez. Just didn't get the header on target, but it was a free one right there in the box. And Tampa just having trouble playing out of their back. You see, they want to try to play it short and try to build, but the pressure from North Carolina FC is not allowing that to happen.
Vega boots it long. It'll come down just across midfield. Poku dispossessed. Miller with a nice run. Makes Gorski play it out for another throw in for North Carolina FC. They'll take it quickly. Is now Deleuze looking to whip one in with that dangerous left foot. Skips all the way through. Steinberger put it into the side netting. Off a defender is a dangerous opportunity there for North Carolina FC. It'll be another corner kick.
Yeah, just sustained pressure. And Austin Deleuze with that left foot. You see it here. No doubt what's going to happen. He whips that thing in with such pace, and it's bending away from the defenders. Kyle Becker, that thing's on target, I believe. It's a good save in the end from Leo Fernandez to knock that out for a corner.
Corner kick brought to you again by the North Carolina Education Lottery's Carolina Keno, and it'll be Becker to take it, blasting it all the way over everybody. But it was out, and it'll be a goal kick.
Kyle Becker, he'll laugh about that when he sees it. He just got that one completely wrong on the technique there. Got underneath it a little bit. Got the mustache going right now, Mr. Becker.
Like my tee shot a couple weeks ago.
Wouldn't mind. Might have been in the woods back behind the stadium somewhere. That's generally what happens when I play golf.
You got to whip it in from the right. Make sure you stay in play. It's Poku pulling it down.
Yeah, Poku's so strong when he gets the ball. It's so difficult to take it from him.
And, tried a quick restart, but our head official, Matt Franz, wasn't quite ready for that, so they'll roll it back and start it again.
I mean, from North Carolina FC's perspective, that would have been great. Kick the ball out of bounds.
Looks like it'll be Gorski to take it, and he'll send it back for Murad.
Let's see if Tampa can get any sort of rhythm going offensively. They've been pretty poor going forward.
Just haven't had much of the ball, really, honestly.
Just sloppy.
Chipping it long, and nobody home on the end of that one as Taku could not hold it in. Throw in for Miller. It skipped right past him, and Gorski will try to get something started here as he slipped it to Cole, and now back for Murad, who plays it all the way back to Vega. Good high pressure there from Rios. Fleming can't control it, but it gets booted all the way back for Oduro. Played over onto this near side. Taku up for Fleming. Hooked it around, and it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, but really the first little bit of play from Tampa where they looked slightly dangerous there. Fleming's shot in the end wasn't very convincing, but better play from them moving forward.
Tobin knocks it long. He kind of mishit that one a little bit. Out for a throw in for the Rowdies. Morad. Up now to Portillos. Back for Murad, and he'll step on it as those two play a two-man game on the left side. Julito Fernandez. And the offside flag up as Guenzati came back from an offside position there. '21st minute. North Carolina FC and Tampa Bay Rowdies here in the USL. Big 3 points on the line here for North Carolina FC as DJ Taylor works his way forward from right back. Coming in, slipped it out to Becker. Looking for a cross, tries to pick out a man, and Vega goes up high to get it in front of Stephen Miller.
Yeah, pretty easy take in the end there for the goalkeeper, Daniel Vega.
The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. As Murad knocks it back over here for Gorski. That three defensive back unit here for the Rowdies is so far not relinquished very much. As down goes Taku, and they try to play a ball forward. Guenzati can't get on it as Tambakis alertly off of his line to pick it up.
Yeah, good goalkeeping play there from Alex Tambakis.
And the rain seems to have subsided for the moment as Miller chipped it up for Rios, and he able to deflect it on. Running on into the edge of the box. Rios on his left foot trying to cut it back. And Murad did a nice job.
Yeah, he's got to hit it. He had the opportunity. He's got to put something on target.
Taku up to Poku. Poku, so strong, winning the ball there. Good ball up for Fleming. He's onside. Fleming trying to get it over to Guenzati. He does. And they chip it right behind Tambakis, and it's a goal for the Tampa Bay Rowdies here in the 23rd minute as Sebastian Guenzati nets his first of the season, and he gives Tampa Bay a 1-0 lead.
I'll tell you what, James, that is a textbook counterattack from Tampa Bay. Been absorbing pressure for the first 20 minutes of this game, but this is a great breakout. We'll see here. Poku started this play, and then it's a great ball across from Flemings. And what about this touch from Guenzati and this little delicate chip over Tambakis? That's composure right there from your center forward. And against the run of play, Tampa Bay takes the lead.
Just a quick counter up the right side, and Flemings really did a great job getting that ball over and around DJ Taylor with that little curve on it. And Guenzati made no mistake there with the delicate chip.
Yeah, I mean, he had to play that ball perfectly. Flemings from the right-hand side. There were 3 or 4 North Carolina FC defenders there that could have made a play, but the pass was perfect. And credit to Guenzati on a difficult field. Had a great first touch, and just his composure to calm down and chip that one over the goalkeeper was excellent.
And you don't want to lose sight of the fact what Poku did here right at the midfield stripe, staying strong on the ball, didn't go down, managed to win it back, and he played a beautiful ball up to Flemings that opened him up for that assist. So nice team counterattack there for the Rowdies, and they go up 1-0. And now North Carolina FC with some work to do at home to try and get 3 points out of this one and maintain touch in the playoff race with New York Red Bulls 2, who are on 37 points, and of course the Ottawa Fury, who are on 35 points, just 1 point ahead of North Carolina FC. So opportunity coming up here for Colin Clark and North Carolina FC, who scored 6 in their last outing. They're going to need some more offensive fireworks here tonight.
Yeah, but if you're Coach Neil Collins and you had to draw up a game plan, it would be that. Playing on the road, absorb some pressure. You knew North Carolina FC was going to come out with some intensity, absorb that pressure, try to catch them on the counter and get a goal early, and they've done that here in the first half. So really perfect game plan so far for Tampa. Now they can do the same thing, defend, and then counter with Poku and Flemings and the goal scorer Guinzotti, and this lines up pretty well for them. North Carolina FC is going to have to be on their A game here to break them down.
Miller slipped it back to DeLuz, now over for Smith, and Becker right at the midfield circle. Slipping it out to Taylor. Taylor moving forward, and they're giving him some space on that right side as he drops it back to Becker, and now all the way to Smith. DeLuz flicked it on. Becker can't quite hang on to it, and Oduro knocks it forward. Here comes Flemings with some speed. Good pace up that left side, and DJ Taylor, actually that's Julito Fernandez that did a nice job stepping in there, held his ground, and wins the ball back for NCFC.
Yeah, he sure did. Great timing by Fernandez there. He had to be good on the timing, otherwise the player was around him on goal.
Miller gets it back to Becker, whipping it over now for Steinberger. 2 goals in his first outing, and Fleming back behind the play, still down. Becker played forward, it's Steinberger, he's in, tried to chip the keeper, and Vega managed to knock it up into the air and hold on to it. Nice play there by Daniel Vega. But North Carolina FC with a good opportunity as they worked some nice work in the box together to get an opportunity there for Steinberger.
I have no idea how that ball got through to Steinberger, but there's Flemings down off the ball. Holding a sensitive region right now.
You know, Julito Fernandez certainly got a leg in there, and
there's Coach Collins.
Maybe got a piece of Fleming.
Yeah, he's in the subs to warm up here. Well, let's see. It's a great challenge. Just kind of runs into the backside of Julito Fernandez there.
I think he'll be all right in a couple of minutes.
Yep. Takes a little time to get over that one.
Fernandez is
stout.
Pretty solid guy at 6 foot, 180 pounds, and he came in there with a little bit of force, kind of boxed him out there. Did a nice job winning the ball, shielding him off. But Junior Fleming's a little bit worse for the wear after that. He's given up about 20 pounds.
Yeah, at least.
And he had some speed coming forward on that as well. So you get a look at some of those subs for the Rowdies warming up here, but I think Fleming's going to be okay eventually.
Yeah, see the training staff there giving a thumbs up over to Coach Neil Collins on the sideline. It's going to walk/run that one off.
This takes a minute. Catch your breath, get it knocked out of you a little bit. I think we've all been there at some point in our athletic lives. Of course, the USL surpassed 2 million in total attendance last week, maintaining a record pace in the stands for the league's modern era. The league and its teams want to thank you, the fans, for the rising support you've provided over the course of the season as we head toward the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. So another good crowd on hand here tonight at Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park. And a great milestone for the USL is second division soccer starting to firm up here in the U.S., and that's always a good sign, I would think, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely, and add new teams and some great attendance around the league, some exciting games, great players. Done a great job, put on a fantastic product on the field, and markets all over the country.
And here's Flemings again, back on the ball. Double teamed is Guillen. Knocks it out for a throw-in for the Rowdies. So Tampa Bay, 7 wins, 11 losses, 7 draws on the year. North Carolina FC, 9 wins, 9 losses, and 7 draws. Colin Clark in his 7th season and trying to push his team to the playoffs. Ball slipped forward, long run here for Tobin. Does a nice job shielding off Guinzotti. holding it off for a goal kick.
Yeah, Gonzatti thought he won the ball there and played it off of Connor Tobin. So impressed with that little delicate chip for his goal. See it here. Tobin just shielding it. It's either a foul or it's a goal kick, one or the other.
So the Rowdies back in possession, back on the ball, and here's Taku.
See if North Carolina FC can up the pressure a little bit. They started off the game with a little bit of a high press. Seemed to unnerve the Tampa Bay back line a bit, but now they've settled in, Tampa, and pretty comfortable right now on the ball.
North Carolina FC laying back a little bit here as well. So you get a look at Gorski on the near side as he drops it back to Tarek Morad. Here's Leo Fernandez switching the play to the near side for Taku, the Albanian. Pushing it up, Poku just let it run through. A little miscommunication with Flemings, and it'll drop all the way back for Tambakis, and North Carolina FC will take over here in minute 31 as they trail 1-0.
Yeah, that one didn't work, but you can see Poku, he's starting to feel it a little bit. He created that first goal with the combination with Flemings. They were off on that play, but I like the idea, though, the little let ball, then run off of it. You can kind of tell Tampa, they're going to be content to defend and then attack with those three players with Poku, Gonzatti, and Flemings.
Gorski clears it with the header all the way up for Gonzatti. He's taken down, and that's going to be a free kick for the Rowdies.
Yeah, Gonzatti did a great job there, just using his body against Julito Fernandez.
And Fernandez may at least going to get a warning from the official.
Yeah, there was some cover there from DJ Taylor, but Gonzatti did a great job just shielding it off. And now, still pretty far out, but Poku has a skill set that can put this thing on target and make it difficult for Alex Tambakis. We'll see what he elects to do.
And with the ground as wet as it is now, as the rain has subsided in the last 10 minutes or so, but still, you got that moisture on the pitch.
I see Joe Cole standing over the ball as well. He can absolutely smash the ball with that right foot.
Fleming steps over to Cole, chipped in, headed over the bar. As it looked like maybe Morad got a head to it and pushed it over the bar.
Yeah, I think you're right, James. It was a free header, too. A little bit awkward because it was a bit behind him, but Tarek Morad here, this is an opportunity, it's a little half chance. Great ball in from Joe Cole, and he rises up, not able to keep it under the crossbar, but a free header 6-7 yards out from goal.
I think Tambakis had it covered, but not the place that you want to be giving free headers on those free kicks.
Yeah, we haven't seen, for North Carolina FC, Zach Steinberger really get involved in the game. We haven't seen him too many touches on the ball, one or two, but they got to find a way to feed him a little bit more offensively.
Taku dropping it back.
This is better from Austin Luz. You see he's trying to get everybody to push forward and try to press a little bit here. Right now, it's just a bit too easy for Tampa Bay to move the ball out of the back.
DeLuz, you mentioned running forward, one of the co-captains here on the North Carolina FC squad. Not wearing the armband tonight is Tobin on the pitch. Back at left center back, wearing the captain's armband, but DeLuz certainly one of the leaders at 30 years of age here in the clubhouse.
Yeah, that's much better, though, from North Carolina FC. The high press worked out. Poor clearance pass there from the goalkeeper, Daniel Vega.
Guillen does throw it in. Miller doing battle on the near side, and one away by Taku, but Guillen manages to win it back. Here's Steinberger getting involved. Up for Becker, dropped it back to Smith. DJ Taylor with some space on the right side. Now Smith looking to switch it to Guillen on the near side. Guillen will pull it down off the head as he gets it up to Miller. Miller trying to turn. Guillen looking to whip the ball into the box. Rios just over his head and flicked on by Portillos. Played up to Junior Flemings. He's double teamed there by DJ Taylor and Smith. And Taylor will pull it back as he pulls up and grabs his ankle a little bit there on the far side. Looks to be okay, though. as we'll continue here in minute 35. Guillen relents back to his own half, and now DeLuz will push it forward. Knocked away as Aduro got down and knocked it away to win it back for Tampa Bay. And the Rowdies looking to build something out of the back here with a 1-0 lead. Knocked forward, Guillen headed it up. Smith trying to pull it down and control it for North Carolina FC. Guenzatti into the corner. Trying to cross it to the back post. Fleming lurking as DJ Taylor just kind of flicked it on, and it'll be out for a throw-in for the Rowdies on the far side.
I tell you what, those two forward players, Guenzatti and Flemings, you can tell they've had some time together. They know where the other one is, especially if it's just the two of them up there. What a ball from Guenzatti. He's all alone in the corner. Able to almost find Flemings on the back post.
So it'll be a throw-in for the Rowdies. They'll roll it. Aduro, and headed back to the keeper, Tambakis. North Carolina FC returns to Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park Saturday at 5 p.m. to take on Nashville SC during our first ever North Carolina Football Club doubleheader. Tickets to this match on sale now can be purchased online at northcarolinafc.com or by calling the Coastal Credit Union box office 919-459-8144.
Yeah, Duro, he might be lucky to get away here. I think the referee's going to not book him, but after this play right here, a little slip ball through from Graham Smith, and Oduro just kind of goes through Steinberger. And one more from him, and he's going to get a yellow, I believe. Coach Colin Clark, we can hear him up here. Not happy that he escaped without a yellow.
Of course, Steinberger only in his second game with the club. Very gimpy getting up.
He got stomped on pretty good there.
DeLuz will restart it as Steinberger still trying to walk it off. As Smith dropped it back to Taylor. Now Becker. Becker slipping it over now for Smith. DeLuz. Guillen. And flicked forward and out. Only as far as DeLuz. Here's Smith. Getting it up to Becker. He flipped it up to Rios. Rios on the edge of the box. DJ Taylor engaging from right back, crossing it. Steinberger flicked it on with the head as he had kind of worked his way into the box. Still not moving particularly well, Jason, but he was in a great position. Just flicked it over the bar.
Yeah, it's a great ball in from DJ Taylor. Good hold-up play from Daniel Rios. See Steinberger here gets a head on. I don't think he's doing okay right now. He's been limping for a while, trying to walk it off, but subs warming up for North Carolina FC. They're going to keep a close eye on him.
He still hasn't run yet.
Yeah, he's just...
That's the thing that's concerning to me at this point, is he really hasn't put any pace into his movement at this point and has only kind of hobbled his way into the box about 50 or 60 yards. There's a little bit of a jog out of him right now, but still really laboring out there is Zach Steinberger.
Yeah, the subs are warming up for North Carolina FC. Pretty good options, though, they have on the bench. T. Shipolani's sitting over there. If he had to make a sub, he'd be the guy to bring in.
He's been in good form lately. Miller up for Rios. Knocked forward.
That's a foul.
And a foul as Rios going to ground, knocking down Gorski. And it'll be a free kick for the Rowdies here in the 39th minute as they lead it 1-0 over North Carolina FC.
See it here. Just a tough first touch from Daniel Rios. He loses out on the challenge and just commits the foul there against the defender.
Sliding in a little late, maybe a little frustration there from Rios as the ball kind of skipped away from him on a heavy touch. So Portillo's left side, trying to work it into the middle. He'll switch it over to Gorski on the near side. Back in the defense. Up for Poku, chipped it on. Nice run from Guillen to track it down for North Carolina FC though, and Tambakis will just blast it out into section 108. So a throw in here for Taku. The Albanian drops it in for Guenzatti. Right back to him. And Taku up to Poku. Poku trying to get into the corner, looking to cross it. Deflected away by Smith, and it'll be out for a throw-in for the Rowdies. Good defensive work there by Graham Smith.
Yeah, Graham Smith stayed with Poku the entire way. Good block in the end. See that man, Poku, he's so dynamic going forward.
Throw-in coming. And North Carolina FC manages to win it back. Becker now to Steinberger, is a little more pace there as he goes down again. Flemings coming back the other way for the Rowdies. Blasted away by Leo Fernandez, deflected off by DJ Taylor, out for a throw in deep in the attacking end for the Rowdies as they'll throw it in. Just missed having a corner kick there.
I'll tell you what, James, it's really a tale of kind of two parts of this first half. The initial part, North Carolina FC was all over Tampa. Corner kicks, shots on target. Once Tampa got that counterattack, they've really taken control of this game.
Here it is, flicked on. Deflected high in the air, and the ball pinballing around a bit as it finally settles at DJ Taylor. Fernandez giving him a hard time. Steinberger chests it down to Becker, and an opportunity to run on for North Carolina FC here as he brings it across midfield. Up now for Miller on the left side. Miller dropping it to DeLuz, overlapping on the left side, and he bangs it off of the defender. It goes out for a throw-in, and an opportunity to throw one quickly back into Miller. Miller looking to do something with it on this left side, trying to keep it in. Does. Now back for DeLuz. He'll punch it forward as the ball just cleared out by the Rowdies all the way back to Tambakis. Here's Becker again. Played on for Steinberger. Up now, Rios, back heel to Becker, blasts away with the left foot, and it skims away from the keeper, Vega. He did manage to get just enough on it to poke it out, and it'll be a corner kick for North Carolina FC. Great buildup by North Carolina FC.
Yeah, this is good stuff here. Combination of Steinberger, good touch. Kyle Becker here strikes this thing really well. Really, in the end, I think it's a mistake from Daniel Vega, the goalkeeper. I think when he saved that and gave the rebound, he wasn't sure if that's going in the back of the net or not.
They take the Carolina Kino corner kick very quickly as chipped onto the back post and all the way through as Kyle Becker played it short out of the corner initially. Of course, brought to you by North Carolina Education Lottery's Carolina Kino. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Kino.
And that man, Kyle Becker, he's been really the player of the match so far for North Carolina FC with this dynamic play going forward, but needed to drive that cross in there with a little more pace. That chip ball to the back post is very difficult with so many players in the box.
Vega just rolls it up to Gorski, and now Gorski will just bang one long. Guinzotti manages to get on the end of it here, working against Wilito Fernandez, and drops it over to Junior Flemings on the edge of the box. He'll try to cross one in, and right into the back of the net. There it is again. Sebastian Guinzotti just banged it into the back of the net with the left foot as he slid down, and another beautiful feed by Junior Flemings. And it's 2-0 Tampa Bay in the 43rd minute.
I mean, this is way too easy for North Carolina FC right here. Guinzotti's able to receive a 60-yard ball, turn, face up his defender, and then right here, watch this run. Junior Fleming knows exactly where his strike partner is, bends this ball in. That's a great finish from Guinzotti, getting off the right shoulder there, the back shoulder of Wilito Fernandez. Great center forward play from those two players.
So a pair of goals for Guinzotti and a pair of assists for Junior Flemings. Hard to argue with the results so far from the two center forwards for the Rowdies here in the first half.
I mean, that's just a put on the tape. That's an example of how you play with a strike partner in a 4-4-2. Those two guys running off of each other, knowing where the other one wants to receive the ball, getting in the box, laying it off. Very impressed by those two front runners for Tampa Bay.
Now, if you're North Carolina FC, you really got to figure out how to get one back here in the last couple of minutes here before halftime. Offside is Miller, and that's not how you want to do it.
Yeah, just sloppy kind of all over the field, except that first 10 or 15 minutes where North Carolina FC were pressing Tampa Bay. It's been too sloppy.
And honestly, a little bit of a letdown here tonight so far for North Carolina FC after a 6-2 win over your Derby rival, Charlotte.
Yeah, you're right. It's a bit of a letdown, but for me, I think it's the first ball in where the center backs allowed a free 60-yard ball, and you let the forward trap it, then turn, and then combine. That's the issue. You got to have somebody in that forward's back.
Headed forward, and Gorski pulls it down, just bangs it long. All the way back to Tambakis here. 45th minute, 2-0 Tampa Bay Rowdies.
What do we say, Coach Neil Collins? He'd be really happy going into halftime 1-0 and the ability to defend and then counter. We saw it there. That's just a simple long ball, and the two forwards doing that. There's no players pushing up. That was two guys, basically.
And at this point, if you're Neil Collins in Tampa Bay, you got to start thinking about 3 points on the road.
Correct. Yeah, they're not out of this thing by any means if they can go on a run as well.
And it is certainly tough when you've got 5 teams in front of you for that final playoff spot, but not out of the question as they're only 9 points back at this point in the season.
And you get something hot like this, you win on the road, you get some momentum going, start putting together 3 points each time you go out. Make things really interesting.
It'll be 3 minutes of added time here. 3 minutes.
Officials indicated a minimum of 3 minutes of added time in the first half. 3 minutes.
Long ball up for Rios. Can he pull it down? No, it'll go out for a throw in for the Rowdies.
And Tampa's also got a few games in hand on a few of those teams in front of them, so.
Tampa Bay on 25 games is their 26th, which would match New York Red Bulls 2, who are in that final playoff spot. A good throw in here, flicked on, and North Carolina FC will drop back, try to regroup here with about 2 minutes of added time to go here in the first half as they trail 2-0. And if you're Colin Clark and North Carolina FC sitting here on the bench, you don't necessarily want to just get into the locker room. You want to push it forward and try to get something going here in a positive way.
Yeah, just something positive, right? A shot on goal. If you get a goal, that's great, but just has not been very good for the past 30 minutes or so for North Carolina FC.
Ian tried to knock it up for Steinberger, and it was knocked away by Joe Cole. Had done a nice anticipation there from the veteran. Vega with it for Tampa Bay, knocking it forward. Guinzotti trying to flick it on. Becker pulls it down. Here's Graham Smith in the middle of the park. Slid up for Miller, trying to chip it on for Rios, and nobody home as he knocked it too far. All the way back to Vega. About a minute, 15 seconds left or so of added time. And here's Gorski right back for the Rowdies, dropping it back to Vega. They're perfectly content to roll into the locker room up 2 on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. They got no issue with that. And the way their forwards have been playing.
Yeah, Fleming took that ball right to the face.
He did.
That didn't feel good.
He'll be all right, though. 2 assists, though, in this first half.
Here's Rios, and then over for Smith. They drop it onto that right side. Deleuze to Taylor, and cleared out. As far as Guinzotti, Oduro will knock it over all the way for Junior Flemings, who did a nice job to track back, and he'll just knock it long out for a throw-in for North Carolina FC here. Maybe 20 seconds or so to go in play. And some precious seconds ticking away here for North Carolina FC as Becker will bang one long. All the way up for Rios, taken down in the box. No call.
Yeah, the crowd's yelling, but I thought it was a really good challenge on first look there from the Tampa Bay defender. It's a great ball in, though. A great first touch from Rios.
And Matt Franz points to the center circle, and that'll do it for half number 1 from Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. Sebastian Guinzotti, a pair of goals, a pair of assists for his strike partner, Junior Fleming. And it's 2-0 Tampa Bay Rowdies over North Carolina FC at the half.
scholarship in soccer, so going to Dallas, so we lived in that village was always my first trial. I didn't think that I was going to make it. Ended up making the team. Then it was the reality set in. My parents see how I went 40 minutes out of the be able to drive 3 hours home and 3 hours back. I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drop me that far to get that coaching. See more and celebrate soccer.com.
Bakery and pastry with an extensive variety of delicious cakes and Mexican bread. Located at 407 Chapel Road, Raleigh, North Carolina. Skilled and qualified hands make decorations that are always fine and elegant. 407 Chapel Road, Raleigh, North Carolina. Bakery and pastry.
30 seconds, guys.
And welcome back inside Salem Stadium and Wake-A-Med Soccer Park. James Alverson, Jason Gary, your broadcast crew here, and 2-0 for the road team. Tampa Bay Rowdies all over North Carolina FC in half number 1. 2 counterattack goals for Tampa Bay, and really beautifully done by the 2 strike partners up front, Junior Flemings and Sebastian Guinzotti.
Yeah, Guinzotti and Flemings have been excellent for me. Just their combination play. They've really broken down this back four of North Carolina FC pretty easily in the first half. First 20 minutes or so, North Carolina FC looked like they were going to get a goal and get into the game, but after that, it was all Tampa Bay.
It has been all Tampa Bay so far here, and Jason, as you look at the second half, maybe some adjustments coming up for Colin Clark. Certainly got to do a little bit better job in possession and getting something forward on goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there needs to be maybe a formation switch. I would be shocked if we don't see T. Shipolani early on in the second half, just with his ability to break players down one-on-one. But interesting locker room right now for Coach Colin Clark coming off that big victory last week.
I mean, 6-2 victory for North Carolina FC a week ago against the Charlotte Independents. And when you get right down to it, they just haven't had it here in the first half, Jason. And it's been those 2 plays on the counterattack where Tampa Bay was able to get some space, and they're creating something through Junior Fleming.
They sure are. Junior Flemings with those 2 assists. He just looks so dynamic when he gets the ball. Poku's been involved as well. And Guinzotti, 2 classy finishes from a center forward. He's been excellent so far for me. And it really sets up for Tampa Bay in the second half to defend really well and use those 2 guys on the counter.
Now let's look at why this is important. Upcoming schedule for North Carolina FC. We'll start with them as you take a peek at it. Nashville SC coming in next Saturday. Of course, tickets on sale there. It's a doubleheader with the North Carolina Courage and North Carolina FC on next Saturday night. That's at 5 o'clock, of course, at Penn FC, at Atlanta, at Charleston. So very important road stretch coming up for North Carolina FC. They're 3 points out of the final playoff spot right now.
And that's why it's so key to try to get back into this game, get 3 points or get some kind of result here tonight. You got Nashville, another home game, but then you have to go on the road for 3 in a row. Difficult places to play at Penn, at Charleston, Atlanta United. You never really know what you're going to get when you play those guys, so they got to figure out a way to get back in this game tonight.
And take a look at Tampa Bay, upcoming schedule for the Rowdies, of course, at the Charleston Battery, Atlanta United coming to them, and then on the road to Nashville, Richmond, and then Indy 11. Tampa Bay not really out of it as they're 9 points out of a playoff spot. With 3 points here tonight, you could theoretically climb back up into that playoff picture if you're the Rowdies.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are some winnable games they have on their schedule. Atlanta United, you can win that one at Charleston. That would be a big victory for them and really vault them up in their next game. But this is doable for Tampa Bay if they just kind of keep this thing rolling, if they get a result here tonight.
And a lot of great matches over the last couple of weeks. And let's take a look at the USL highlights from Week 24 as you take a look around the league.
Will send the cross in, and what a goal by USL's leading goal scorer, Thomas Enevelson.
Lancaster, and it's 1-0 to Louisville City.
Rio. Have not drawn a match as Langsdorff has found the back of the net and leveled the tally in the 79th minute, his 14th goal of the season.
Vega! Tevin Vega. Shooting. Goal! Mendiola! Big launch with the right.
Oh, Steinberger, second opportunity. Welcome to North Carolina FC. Zach Steinberger has tied it at 1. He has Dabo. Big try. Bingo. Mohamed Dabo.
Cross goal! And the goal by Bustamante. And Fresno may indeed sneak out of here with a point.
Hoffman outside the 18, shot, goal, goal, goal! Looking forward to Hoffman, goal! The brace!
Justin Davis, that's a great goal!
King steps up, creating the turnover, and the finish!
Nanko, save made by Pickens, follow save, and a devastating goal by the Bethlehem Steel.
It's in, New York have tied it up, it's 4-4.
Oh, Reedy saves it! An impressive save! Saved off the line, Lubin!
But it's swatted away by Cohen.
Derek producing a fantastic diving save, and it's Tyler Derrick again, who's had an incredible performance.
Saved by Restrepo! Not once, but twice!
Shot pushed away by Lopez.
Oh, and what a save by Marcin Kowski.
He gives it a strike off Cardoni.
Arduro with the big shot and a great save by Newton.
And a save by Matt Pickens.
Straight save as Eric Dick got a hand on it.
Fantastic save there from Laurent.
Just a small sample of why everybody is coming out and enjoying the USL right now. 2 million fans through the turnstiles as they announced that last week, that USL has surpassed the 2 million in attendance mark, and you can certainly see why with the product there and the highlights just last week. A lot of really solid plays, Jason.
Tell you what, obviously I'm partial to all the goals, but there were some great saves there from the goalkeepers, but some fantastic goals, some fantastic play all across the country in all these markets. Just fantastic stuff from the USL.
It's been pretty good so far, and let's take a look at the scoreboard from around the rest of the league as we take a peek across the league. Indy 11 and Richmond Kickers tied up at 1 at the half, 0-0 between Charlotte Independence and Nashville SC. That's in the 24th minute. FC Cincinnati and Pittsburgh also 0-0 in the 24th minute. So obviously 2-0 here as the Tampa Bay Rowdies leading North Carolina FC at the half, and that's important as you take a look at the standings. You see that line there right underneath position number 8, and Nashville SC, that's the final playoff spot. And North Carolina FC now 4 points out at the moment as the Ottawa Fury just a spot in front of them at 35 points, but a chance to make up some ground here for North Carolina FC tonight, but they've got a lot of meat left on the bone as we take a look at the second page of the standings here. As you drop right on down, Tampa Bay Rowdies 28 points for the Rowdies, and they really can jump up and surpass a couple of teams here tonight with 3 points if they can manage to hang on to this 2-0 lead at North Carolina.
Yeah, they want to see themselves on the front page of those standings, right, James? I mean, if they get a good result here tonight, they can vault themselves up that list. But I think just watching them play tonight, I mean, there's plenty to do for Tampa here. They've looked excellent so far for me, and I think it's a combination of them looking really good and North Carolina FC just really coming out with not much fire, not much energy. You're kind of a little confused about they've got an opportunity to jump into the playoff spot and haven't seen it so far tonight. We got 45 more minutes to go.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Rowdies up 2-0 on North Carolina FC. We'll see what changes are coming up, and we'll take a look at the first half highlights, including 2 beautiful goals by Sebastian Guintari just on the other side here on WRAL2 and ESPN+.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents said, like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Welcome back inside Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. The home fans not in all that great of spirits as they're down 2-0 in the rain here tonight on a Labor Day weekend, but North Carolina FC with a chance here in the second half to make something happen. James Alverson and Jason Gary, your broadcast crew here today. It's certainly glad to have you in here today on WRAL2. Jason, obviously some changes probably coming up here for North Carolina FC in the second half. Where would you go if you're in Colin Clark's shoes down 2-0?
Yeah, I don't get paid the big bucks like Coach Colin Clark does, but they need to change it offensively. I think you got to bring a guy on that's dynamic like T. Shipolani at some point, whether it's from the beginning or in the first 10 or 15 minutes. But they've got to change up the tempo. It's been too slow, too predictable to break down this Tampa Bay back line.
And only 3 in that back line for Tampa Bay so far here in the evening, but they've got a 2-0 lead as you take a look at the first half highlights. And here Poku's strong on the ball, but he sets up a great ball to Fleming.
Yeah, it sure was. Great play by Poku, but the ball across from Flemings. And look at this finish from Guinzotti. Great first touch, little chip over the goalkeeper, composed finish from the center forward. And we would see that combination come back again, James. Those guys were excellent in their combination play in the first half. But we see a little chance here from North Carolina FC. Steinberger plays this ball in. Good combination. Kyle Becker, good strike towards the far post. Not a very confident save there from Daniel Vega, but didn't find the back of the net, and North Carolina FC is just struggling to get anything going offensively.
And here Becker skips one as Vega made maybe a little bit of a mistake, but he doesn't end up paying for it as the ball slides out. But then in the final minutes of the first half, another beautiful ball forward, and it finds the feet of Fleming.
Yeah, it's just a simple long ball. It's a great touch from Sebastian Guinzotti. Combines here with his center forward partner. And look at Fleming, gets his head up, finds him on the back post, bends this ball around 2 defenders, and sliding on the back post. Sebastian Guinzotti, being the poacher that he is, finishes it and put Tampa Bay up 2-0.
The first 2 goals of the season for Sebastian Guinzotti. They lead it 2-0, do the Rowdies. As you take a look at the first half stats, 8 shots for North Carolina FC, 3 of them on target, all of them saved so far. Most of the possession in favor of NCFC, Jason, but really all that matters is that scoreline up top, 2-0.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all that matters at the end of the game is who scored more goals. And Tampa Bay very opportunistic and some great forward play from those 2 strikers. See how they come out. If they come out aggressive here in the second half to try to kill this game off, but it's going to be an incumbent upon North Carolina FC to really push the tempo of this thing to try to get back into it.
No halftime changes here as Julito Fernandez heads it out to Graham Smith. It's deflected back in by Oduro. And now here's Leo Fernandez slipping it back for Portillos. He's dispossessed. Good work there by Steinberger. Miller up to Rios. He manages to hold it, and Becker comes on. Dropping it for Duluth now in the midfield. North Carolina FC looking to get something going here early as they trail 2-0 in half number 2. Becker dropping it back. Guillen now over for North Carolina's Fernandez. Up to Taylor. Taylor working his way to get it to Miller up on the right side. He's trying to take on a defender. Onto the left foot. He'll bend it all the way across for Guillen, who traps it with the right foot. Chipped into the box and just missed Steinberger as it rolls all the way through. It'll go out for a goal kick for the Rowdies.
A little bit better there. Not a great ball in from Guillen, but I like the idea, though. Get the ball in there in a dangerous area, get runners in, try to challenge this back line for Tampa.
North Carolina Courage return to Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park for their last game of the regular season, Saturday, September the 8th, 7:45 p.m. when they take on the Houston Dash. Tickets to the match on sale now. They can be purchased online at nccourage.com or calling the Coastal Credit Union box office, 919-459-8144. It's Miller into the box. Knocked away, and it goes out. It'll be another corner kick for North Carolina FC. It's brought to you by North Carolina Education Lottery, Carolina Keno. Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win $100,000 every 5 minutes. Look for Keno in select locations you enjoy spending time, like restaurants, pubs, and convenience stores. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. Short corner taken. Slipped over now, and just behind Becker as Flemings comes all the way back to pick it up. Here's Poku. Turning back to his keeper, Vega. And Miller knocked down from behind, and it'll be a free kick for North Carolina FC.
And we saw in that last attack, James, that Austin Lewis put a great ball in and back behind the Tampa Bay defenders. Get him to run a little bit and challenge them.
Tambakis off of his line, and a little sloppy clearance there for North Carolina FC. Now here comes the Rowdies again. Oduro through the midfield, pinballs around. Tambakis sliding in, and he's clipped. And a yellow shown. Believe that's Oduro.
Yeah, he left his leg in a little bit too long there, and I think he caught Alex Tambakis in the head. We'll see it here. I don't think he's got a right to go for it, but he's not going to get to it. And that trailing leg, he just leaves it in too long. I think he's a bit fortunate there. Get away with a yellow card.
Very careless with the back foot there.
You can't leave that leg in there. It's just a very dangerous play. That goalkeeper's down. He's committed. Kind of left it in there.
Tambakis, no worse for the wear. Kind of wipe it off his nose a little bit. But he seems to be doing okay. So the first yellow card of the night shown to Dominic Oduro for the Rowdies. He had a pretty reckless challenge a little earlier in the game that kind of got Zach Steinberger hobbled. So no surprise he's shown the yellow there.
Yeah, he would have been voted most likely to get a yellow card in the second half if we took a poll at halftime.
So Fernandez drops it to Taylor on this near side. Taylor with some time and space to work. Flemings trying to track him through Becker, up for Rios, and now Tobin takes down a man, but a long run for Poku. Man, he's got some speed, and he is great size as well. 6'1", 185 from Ghana.
Yeah, he's just so strong on the ball when he's running with it. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to take it.
Steinberger drops it back now for Guillen. Becker tried to just let it go instead of Duro there to knock it away. Here's Duluth changing the play over for Taylor. He's got time and space on the right side. Slipped it out to Miller. Into the box. Headed down towards the back post as Steinberger making a run. Just couldn't quite get the head on it to deflect it on frame, and it goes out for a goal kick here in minute number 50.
I thought it was a corner kick. I don't think Zach Steinberger heads this ball. Maybe he does, but I thought it came off the defender. I think he just missed it. Let's see it on the replay. I think that ball comes off the defender.
Hard to say. We got to shield it off a little bit on the near side. But it does go out of play. It'll be a goal kick for the Rowdies here in the 51st minute. The Rowdies lead it 2-0. James Alverson, Jason Gary, your broadcast crew on WRAL2.
Much better, though, from North Carolina FC. They're playing the ball more quickly when they break forward, finding the likes of Stephen Miller on the outside.
And out for a throw-in for the Rowdies.
That's Guinzotti making a pest of himself again. I think he nicked this one right off of Aaron Guillen.
While we have a minute, I want to thank North Carolina FC's official hotel partner, Summit Hospitality. As the Rowdies ready to throw it back in. And trying to chip it around Becker on that far side is Taku. Knocked down, and here comes North Carolina FC as Rios gets on it. Deflected away by Cole, who did a nice job anticipating it, but Steinberger won it back, and now Becker will slip it over to Taylor on the near side. Got Miller on the right if he wants him. He goes back inside for Smith, and now DeLuz, now over to Becker. Running on, slipped it up to Rios, left side of the box. Trying to get a cross in, deflects it off of a defender and out. It'll be another North Carolina Education Lottery Carolina Keno corner kick. Visit visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. Quick restart. Smith chipped it on again. It'll be another corner kick coming here for North Carolina FC.
I think this one they need to just set up and get the big guys from the back up in the box, put a quality ball in. They're going to play it short again. It's just a little haphazard here from North Carolina FC.
Now over to DJ Taylor. Surveys the situation, switches it back over to Kyle Becker on that left side. Pulls it down with the left foot. Becker deflected as Joe Cole got a foot up and knocked it away. It'll be a throw in for NCFC.
Yeah, that's the thing, James. When you play those short corners, you give up a chance to put a dangerous ball in the box, and North Carolina FC still hasn't gotten a cross off.
Steinberger trying to get to the end line and knocked down. It's like he wins a free kick. Brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Charcoal Chicken for North Carolina FC, and Becker to take it over there in that short corner.
It's right by the corner. Maybe they'll do something different. We'll see. Steinberger standing right next to him.
Get some guys forward here as Tobin comes up into the box. They play it short again. Steinberger whipped it in and headed right back out. Send that ball back in and low along the ground as Smith knocks it skipping along to the left side of the post and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a bit wasteful for me. If you're going to play it short, you got to make sure that you get something into the box. It doesn't do any good to swing it around. You do that when you're holding possession. An opportunity to get Connor Tobin, Wilito Fernandez up there. Get them a chance to get on the end of something.
The Rowdies certainly do have some size, but Tobin and Fernandez, not small guys themselves, so give them an opportunity to get that head on the ball.
You know, Rios is a big guy, good in the air as well.
Here's Poku. Now over for Portillos back in left side of defense. Chipped up. Joe Cole manages to stay on his feet. Dispossessed by Graham Smith. Good tackle.
Yeah, great tackle. Joe Cole was a little out of control there.
Here's Becker. Taylor has it poked away by Leo Fernandez. If Fernandez doesn't get that one right, Taylor's off to the races down the right side.
Yeah, it's good play by the left back, though. Read the play well. Made sure of the challenge.
Smith back to Wilito Fernandez. Now Taylor steps over it to Smith. Challenged by Guinzotti. Both goals are his tonight. His first two of the season for the Rowdies in USL play.
Yeah, if he continues on with that form, it won't only be two. 2 chances, 2 goals, great runs, great assists from his strike partner.
Both of them, he's in the right place at the right time on those counterattacks. As you get a look at Neil Collins in his first season with the Rowdies, and has to be feeling pretty good here. 10 minutes into half number 2 with a 2-0 lead on the road.
You can see a little high press here from Tampa Bay. They're sniffing something right now. Typically you don't see that with a team up with a 2-goal lead on the road, but Poku, Flemings, Guinzotti, they're feeling it.
They smell blood in the water right now, looking for more. Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer.
Well, touch.
And Taylor still down as here comes Fernandez into the box. Across, and that's number 3 for Sebastian Guizzati.
Man, you can see it coming, James. Just too lackadaisical defensively. Leo Fernandez, the left back, what a play individually by him, and then nobody stepped up, and Sebastian Guizzati wide open, 8 yards from goal. He's not going to miss that. And dream start to the second half for Tampa Bay.
DJ Taylor down back behind the play here as you get a look at how this play developed up the left side.
Again, it's just a long ball. Misplayed a little bit there. Look at this little touch from Leo Fernandez. Fleming smart, doesn't touch it because he was in an offside position. But then Fernandez, I'm not sure where he's going. Connor Tobin comes across. No one's tracking back with Sebastian Guizzati. And that's a 60, 70-yard ball from your goalkeeper that turns into a goal in about 5 seconds.
That's the 3rd long ball that's gone up into the attacking third and ended up in the back of the net in very similar fashion as you get a look at Colin Clark on the near sideline. Dismayed, probably the best word.
But you can tell over the last couple minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, Tampa Bay was sniffing it. They were pressing high, and they got their 3rd goal right there.
So a hat trick for Guizzati after not scoring in 8 starts previously. And here's Portillo's doing battle with Steinberger, who did a nice job, but he's going to be called for the foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Rowdies. 58th minute.
Yeah, everyone's up down on the North Carolina FC sideline, warming up. In this situation, you have 30 minutes or so left in this game, 35 minutes, and you got to make some changes. Not just to give somebody else an opportunity, just a poor performance all over the field for North Carolina FC. It's hard to pick out a guy who's had a really good game so far. Unlucky for Tambakis, not really much he could do on those 3 goals either.
Definitely nothing he could do on the last one. He was man on an island, kind of left to himself with 2 men running on.
And Guizzati wants another one.
Knocked forward. Steinberger goes up for it. Now Rios. Oduro. Poku chipped it all the way back. Taku to Oduro, and now all the way back to Gorski. Tampa Bay with an opportunity to just kind of let things run a little bit here. No pressure from North Carolina FC.
Yeah, I think you brought up a good point, James. Just no pressure on the ball. That's better from Kyle Becker.
And a good run, but Joe Cole anticipated and cut it out. And now a long run for Poku onside. Oh, he just managed to hit it off the back heel, or he was gone.
He was gone. No one's going to catch him when he gets a full head of steam as well. Somebody mark Guizzati, please.
Taylor coming back to cut it out on that cross, but here's Fleming. And a whistle as we've got a foul, I believe, on Flemings.
Yeah, I think that ball just popped up, hit his hand there on a handball, part of his arm. But yeah, close there. No pressure on the ball. Poku, unlucky really that ball just hit his heel, or he was gone one-on-one with Alex Tambakis. You see Tampa Bay still playing a pretty high line. They just don't feel like North Carolina FC has the ability to get behind them.
Just need some kind of speed.
Yeah, they got to get the ball back behind these defenders somehow. And one of the forwards is a check-in. They got to get a runner in behind. Kind of combination. Everything's been in front of this back line for Tampa the entire game. Never made them turn around and chase the ball towards their own goal.
The Miller now pulling it down. Taylor. And now over here for Steinberger. Slipped it up now for Miller on the right sideline, over for Taylor, looking to do something with it on the edge of the box. This is better. Miller. Now Steinberger. Steps on it for a second, into the box. Becker laid it off, but nobody home as it rolls all the way through the box. And the Rowdies will take over. Oduro. Sending it all the way back in now for Moran. Now here's Leo Fernandez for Portillo. And Gorski. Oduro, time and space in the midfield. Up for Taku. Flemings pulled.
That's going to be a card.
And it should be.
Again, Fleming's just making things happen. A little shift to the hips there. Caught Aaron Guillen. See it here. Guillen thinks he's just going to go back with it, but nice little touch there. Has to grab him around the waist.
Fleming's certainly off to the races there, if not for the foul there by Guillen. So yellow card shown.
And now you see for Tampa only 2 guys, just the 2 forwards in and around the box. Maybe one more is going to push in, but there's no reason for them to push numbers forward. And give up anything on the counter. They'll probably keep them some possession here.
Matt Franz standing over the ball and making sure Guillen gets into the book. 62nd minute, 3-0. Tampa Bay Rowdies on top of North Carolina FC. North Carolina FC 3 points out of the final playoff spot. And it's looking like tonight, not in the cards to draw any closer.
What a ball from Joe Cole.
Into the box, knocked away. As coming back was Guillen. So a throw in coming here. Cipollone has the jersey on. Looks like he may be the first substitution of the night.
Yeah, it makes sense. So maybe Marios Lomas is warming up too, the big center forward. If they go to a formation shift here.
Got to go get some goals, that's for sure.
Uh-oh.
Here's Poku into the box. All over his feet and all the way to the end line as he bangs it off of Julito Fernandez and out for a corner kick for the Rowdies.
Yeah, Poku smiled a little bit. I can't believe he didn't take that shot with his right foot. Elected to keep dribbling.
Made a little bit of a mess of things in the box, but he works out okay.
It was a great first touch from him and just didn't take the first shot and the opportunity had presented itself. But man, I know he hasn't gotten on the score sheet tonight, but he's been dynamic there in the center of the park.
Just so strong, and he really was strong on the ball in midfield to set up that first goal. It'll be an in-swinger from the far side.
The player's running off the ball here.
Trying to drop it. Back post, and Gorski goes up, heads it out for a goal kick.
Yeah, good challenge there from Julito Fernandez, not allowing a free header.
So Cipollone up running around, as is Marios Lomas, getting the warm-up jersey on. Still nothing so far from North Carolina FC in the way of sending somebody up to check in. As Guinzotti pulls it down and wins it back for the Rowdies. Morand.
Yeah, good feed from him, big center back.
Slipped all the way back to Vega and just killing more time. Minute 65, 3-0. Tampa Bay on top of North Carolina FC. Regular season winding down. About a month and a half left. And Fernandez playing it forward. And Guinzotti will turn with it. Joe Cole.
That ball.
Just a laser that skips out in front.
I think he's going to blame his teammate that didn't start the run a little earlier. Should have known he could hit that ball. On a rope, though.
Joe Cole can hit just about any ball.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Tell him where to put it. He'll stick it there.
He's had a little practice.
Just a bit. He looked good tonight, though. When he first came to the league, it was a little slower. I don't know if he was, coming on vacation a bit, but the past couple seasons, he's been great. He's been excellent here tonight, running, doing the work.
Deleuze gives it up, and Guinzotti drops it back to Oduro, and just another wasted opportunity for North Carolina FC. And here comes Poku. All kinds of time. Slips it up to Guinzotti. Could it be number 4? He's into the box. Guinzotti. Low as Tambakis goes off the right foot to deflect it away, and North Carolina FC dodges another bullet there as Tambakis makes a save on Guinzotti.
Yeah, good Guinzotti. Not a great strike that time. Good save in the end by Tambakis. But you see Poku, this game is opening up a little bit. North Carolina FC is forced to press some numbers forward, and he's so dynamic on the counter.
Here's Becker over to Steinberg. Steinberger over now to Taylor, right side. Somebody's got to make a run. Steinberger to Becker. And here's DeLuz, left foot. Blasted it high over the bar, missed everything in the 67th minute as it remains 3-0, and you got to look at Austin DeLuz.
It hasn't been his game here tonight, but that can be said for all of the North Carolina FC players so far. I think sticking out to me, though, let's say Tampa gets out of this thing with a victory 3-0. They start to make some waves and push towards the playoffs. Who wants to face these guys as a lower seed in the playoffs? With the attacking talent they have up here with Guinzotti and Flemings and Poku, and the back line that's been very solid here tonight. You want to see them as an 8 seed? I don't think so.
And Joe Cole in good form.
Joe Cole, yeah.
You know, if you've got Steinberger, or excuse me, if you've got Sebastian Guinzotti playing like he's played tonight,
yeah,
and Fleming's hitting the balls that he's hit tonight with Joe Cole's experience and Poku's size and strength and speed, I don't want to see him.
And
that's for sure.
And their style, right? Because they're very strong defensively. They're able to defend and then counter. I mean, that's a nightmare to play against that.
Absolutely. Things have set up pretty well here tonight for Neil Collins' squad. They did get that counter goal in the 23rd minute and really haven't looked back.
Yeah, since that goal, they've been the likely team, right? They've been the team most likely to score. Finally, we see a change here.
Kyle Becker coming off for T. Shipolani.
Yeah, frustrating night, I think, for Kyle Becker. I mean, he put in the work, a couple shots on target, but wasn't his night tonight.
I think he might have been the best on the pitch so far tonight for North Carolina FC.
If you had to pick one for North Carolina FC, I think it's him. He's frustrated coming off, but center back coming off. We got a formation change next out, James.
So Lomas coming on and Julito Fernandez coming off. So the center back comes off. Looks like 3 defensive backs now for North Carolina FC. And Shipolani on for Becker. You're still going to have 5 in that midfield. So a 3-5-2 looks like for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, Stephen Miller is going to be asked to push up on this right-hand side to play that outside right midfield role in this 3-5-2. Here he is on the ball now.
And Miller, right side. Shipolani with some speed down that right side. They finally give it to him. See what the step-over king can do. Gets to the goal line, crossing it into the box, and just threw everybody. Nobody home at the penalty spot as Rios couldn't get a foot on it. Chip back into the box, looking for Lomas, and Vega off his line to pick it off. And Shipolani gets into the game, steps right down to the goal line, puts a very dangerous ball in.
Yeah, I mean, Shipolani's been on the field for about 30 seconds and already created a dangerous opportunity. I think Marios Lomas there was the player he was looking for, just couldn't quite get anything on that shot, but one-on-one, T. Shipolani making it happen.
Tobin. And an offside whistled against Flemings. So Miller will set it.
So funny with Shipolani. I mean, the defenders in this league, they know it's coming. They know it's going to be a step over and go to the right, and they still can't stop it the majority of the time.
He's got the speed. There is no doubt about that.
That's why I was never a defender.
Some guys just make people look bad. You know what's coming, and they just make you look bad.
See if you can get something going here. Get a goal. Get back in this game. Make an interesting final 20 minutes or so here.
Throw in coming here for North Carolina FC is Miller. Sends it back in, and now Guillen over. On that left side is Taylor. And here's DeLuz. Miller blasts away. And it will be swallowed up by Vega on the line. I didn't think it was going to get out.
And you see the defenders for Tampa as well. They've done a good job of getting in front of those types of long-distance shots. Really the only dangerous opportunities have been some efforts from outside the box from North Carolina FC. Doing a good job getting in those shooting lanes and blocking things, deflecting shots.
Smith sliding it all the way back for Tim Bacchus. Long long ball up from Guillen, trying to get Rios on the end of it. Pulls it down and holds it up. DeLuz sending a man on. Good run here from DJ Taylor. Dropping it back. Steinberger, now DeLuz. DeLuz trying to turn, gets it over to Smith. Here's Rios dropping back. Blast away, deflected, and Vega swallows it off the goal line. 71st minute, 3-0. Tampa Bay on top of North Carolina FC as you look at Rios. And they'll whistle the trainers out as it looks like maybe Aduro that's down and
Visit
clutching the
for exclusive in-depth coverage about
half.
our team, video schedules, tickets, and more. That's NorthCarolinaFC.com.
Get an inside look at life on and off the field from players' perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com. And Jason, you see From the Pitch right now not looking good for the home side as they're down 3-0, and just some changes, but time winding quickly on Colin Clark and North Carolina FC here.
Yeah, they've got to figure out if they can get something going here. Just a little spark. Shipolani's provided a bit of that since he's been on the field, but just really flat performance so far these first 72 minutes, James. Just hasn't been there for North Carolina FC tonight. Off such a big victory last week, they really have not come out with any sort of fire or energy for me.
6 goals last week against Charlotte Independence. They win it 6-2, and tonight just hasn't been there.
Well, it's mental, right? I mean, you go off and you have a great game against a rival. Everything's going right. The ball's going in the back of the net. Everyone's having a good time. And you look at the schedule, and you got Tampa coming in there below you in the standings. It's just game at home. Just mental. They just did not snap out of it quickly enough.
And North Carolina FC will return to Salem Stadium Wake Med Soccer Park next Saturday at 5 p.m. to take on Nashville SC during our first ever North Carolina Football Club doubleheader. Tickets to the match on sale now can be purchased online at NorthCarolinaFC.com or call the Coastal Credit Union box office 919-459-8144. And that is a big match coming up against Nashville in the playoff picture, especially if tonight stays to form so far, as Lomas does a nice job to win it back to Luz, slipping it forward, and it's Rios. He's offside. Just a step early for Daniel Rios as they had it headed in the right direction.
Yeah, it was. It was a great flick on from Marios Lomas. Finally somebody with their back to goal. Look at this. Very little back heel. And Austin DeLuz. Good run from Rios. He just got to hold it up by one step. That's close. Man, I think he might have been onside there.
Martin Vingard coming on for Joe Cole for the Rowdies.
Rowdies' first substitution in the 74th
Yeah, I think this is smart from Coach Collins. Joe Cole's put in the work tonight. He's been excellent all over the field defensively, spraying the ball all over the park, and he's going to get a well-deserved rest here for the last 20 minutes or so.
And Martin Vingard on. Vega will blast it away from down on his end. 75th minute now. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Lomas pulls it down off the chest, trying to get it to Shipolani. Knocked away by Leo Fernandez, and here's Guinzotti trying to push it forward from the near sideline. Gives it over to Fernandez and back to Vingard. Great work there by the Rowdies on the near sideline, and they'll kill some more time, banging it all the way in the far corner. It'll roll out for a throw-in for NCFC.
Yeah, I tell you what, Leo Fernandez, the left back here for Tampa Bay, has been on his game tonight. I mean, he created that. It was the second or third goal for Tampa Bay, but defensively he's been excellent possession. He hasn't given the ball away at all. He's very tidy in tight spaces.
Playing the long ball, hitting hope, and here's Rios trying to get something up. Miller gives it up to Shipolani. Poked it over now to Smith. Did a good job shielding Poku off, and Poku knocks it out for a throw. Quickly taken by Shipolani. And he'll switch it over now. DJ Taylor on that left side. Taylor gone from right back to left back here in this defensive formation change. As Vega slides down and pulls it off. North Carolina Courage return to Salem Stadium. Wake Med Soccer Park, their last game of the regular season, which will be next Saturday, September 8th. It'll be 7:45 right after the men's game wraps up as the women take on the Houston Dash. Tickets to that match on sale can be purchased at nccourage.com, or you can call that Coastal Credit Union box office, 919-459-8144. Should be a fun Saturday of soccer out here at Wake Med Soccer Park at Salem Stadium next Saturday, as you see Lomas with the high foot, and he's going to get shown the yellow card.
Yeah, Vingard's getting involved, just coming onto the pitch here.
Some fresh legs and some fresh ink in the book.
That's the yellow card with the
as Lomas coming in a little late, a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Vingard goes down. Portillos will switch it over now to Gorski on the right side. Sliding it up to Taku. The Albanian dropping it back to Gorski. Will just knock it long, and Guillen running over to knock it away from Junior Flemings, who's had a pair of assists tonight.
Yeah, he's been dangerous entire time.
Miller flicked it on to Cipollani. That was craftily done. And now Cipollani turning to Deleuze. Smith now over to Taylor on the left side. Taylor gives it back up to Deleuze. Now Taylor again, trying to work, finds some space. Rios dropping back to pick it up. Gives it over to Cipollani on the right side. He'll try to whip one into the box and just headed away and cleared. Smith pulled it down. He tried to blast one just wide. Just trickles to the left side of the left post and out for a goal kick here in the 78th minute. Dangerous build up there, but nothing coming for North Carolina FC.
You're right, it was much better build up again. T. Cipollani whipping that ball in. Here it is in the end. Graham Smith, strike from distance. Just not able to get it on target, but that's better for North Carolina FC, and multiple players in the box, making it difficult for Tampa Bay to clear their lines.
Looked like that ball just kind of checked up underneath him just for a second, and he kind of had to lean back a bit to hit it.
Yeah, he didn't catch it cleanly.
And Austin Deleuze now gets it down. Foul called as Steinberger draws one.
Need to get more numbers in the box here. Marios Lomas needs to find his way into the 18-yard box.
Here's Deleuze. And he'll slip it back now to Guillen. Now over for Connor Tobin. On the right side, Cipollani. Got some space. He'll play it up for Deleuze. Give it back to Cipollani. Over for Steinberger. Back to Cipollani. And ball pinballs away. Poku giving chase. And Smith knocked it away from him alertly. DJ Taylor. Now Steinberger. Back to Deleuze. Chipped it back to Smith. He'll switch it to the right side. Here's Miller to pull it down off the chest. Now Cipollani trying to get around three defenders. He's taken down, gets back up. Stays on his feet here. Giving it over to Miller, into the box, slipped through a couple of defenders. Nobody home. Deleuze from the left side, chipped it over to the back post, and Lomas couldn't quite get a head on it. As Vega knocked it out, it'll be out for another North Carolina Education Lottery corner kick. Brought to you by Carolina Keno.
Yeah, great ball in here from T. Cipollani, just trying to make something happen. In the end, that Austin Deleuze chip almost found the back post.
And they take it short again. And here comes Taylor trying to blast one to the back post. Miller trying to pull it down. Cipollani cleared up straight into the night sky. Steinberger can't pull it down, but here's Tobin instead. He's taken down, and that's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, Fleming's
for the Rowdies.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It was just an awkward challenge, I think, from both players, really. We'll see it here. Connor Tobin, not sure exactly what to do. Takes a touch. Fleming tries to challenge for it.
Neither of them got the ball.
Neither of them got the ball, and he just
kind of
Tobin's follow through there, you know. Just his momentum. Look, his leg stuck in the ground. Fleming's is. And it's just an awkward one.
Third time Flemings has been down tonight with the training staff called out here in minute 81. Certainly wish the best for him, as that one was a tough challenge.
Yeah, just looked really awkward from both players.
No malice in it.
Yeah, no.
But I guess sometimes that can happen. You get one of those center defensive backs up there in the attacking third, and with his back to goal, not sure who's coming on to take the ball away from him.
He's not going to back down from a challenge. That's for sure, Connor Tobin.
Captain here tonight for North Carolina FC, one of the co-captains of the squad.
NCFC yellow card at the 81st minute of play to number 13.
They give Tobin a yellow card. I disagree with that.
I do as well.
I don't think there was any malice in that challenge. I think both players going for the ball. So stay up to date with all the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL social media channels. That's Off the Post with Kelsey Steele. Great opportunity to keep up with what's going on around the rest of the USL.
And just bleeding the clock. Tampa Bay, quite a few fouls and delays in this second half.
Tobin heading the ball forward to Shipolani. Smith on it. Steinberger just tried to flick it on and gives it back up as Gorski send it back up for Oduro, and Tobin heads it away. North Carolina FC back on the ball here. 82nd minute, they trail 3-0 to the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Glad to have you along on WRAL2, ESPN Plus as well. Ball sent over here to Miller. Pulls it down with the right foot. Gives it up to Shipolani on the right wing. Shipolani looking to send across, nobody making a run. And the ball played out as DeLuz and Miller miscommunicate. And looks like we're going to have a substitution. Poku coming off. Kwadwo Poku, the Ghanaian national, with an excellent night so far here tonight. And Max Lakawecki coming on for him.
Yeah, he was a force. Poku here tonight. Said didn't find his way on the score sheet, but created really that first goal. A great win in midfield and play forward. And if he's rounding into form, it's going to be good news for Tampa Bay as they try to get into the playoff hunt.
As you mentioned, Poku really with the hockey assist on that first goal, as he sent the first ball in for Flemings, perfectly weighted. And then Flemings hit a perfectly weighted and curled ball for Guinzotti in the 23rd minute to make it 1-0. Here's Lomas. Ball deflects away and is cleared out. Long run for the Rowdies as they just bang it long. Guillen will go back to track it down here in the 84th minute.
Yeah, they've really got into a 5-4-1 formation. Sebastian Guinzotti is basically playing as a right-sided midfielder, just leaving Flemings up there on his own.
Ball sent in and headed away as Moran gets on it.
There's Flemings.
Good ball up by Taku, Vingard. Hard to tell the difference between the zeros and the eights.
Yeah, that's right.
On these white numbers with some white stripes for the Rowdies. But here's Miller. Sent in. Headed down by Lomas, but it flicked past the post and out for a goal kick. And you see Moran down, holding the back of his head. He got probably the worst of that challenge with Marios Lomas.
Yeah, it was a good ball in from Stephen Miller. Lomas really rose up well here to challenge for this ball, not able to keep it on target. His header through. Big, strong center forward. Some contact there with the head of the defender.
Vega for the goal kick. Knocks it long. Heading it down, and Lomas pulling it down, trying to turn towards goal. Maintains possession, dropping it back. Taylor, Smith. DeLuz steps on it. Back to Taylor, and now here's Steinberger. Taylor into the box, blast one, deflected. Miller trying to win it. Taylor there, flicks it back now, and here's DeLuz. Tobin Gives it over to Shipolani on the near side. And a turnover. Now cleared out only as far as Tobin. Heads it over to Guillen. And now DJ Taylor will drop back and pick it up on the left side. Gives it back over to Austin DeLuz in the midfield. Shipolani. Nice one-touch pass up for Miller. Crossed into the box and banged out by Vega. It'll be a corner kick coming up here for North Carolina FC. It's brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lotteries. Carolina Keno. Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Look for Keno in select locations you enjoy spending time, like restaurants, pubs, and convenience stores. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. Crossed in, headed up by Lomas. Ball still loose. Flicked on as Miller got a foot on it, but it was deflected back out. And the Rowdies will try to clear their lines. Here's Tobin. Over now to Shipolani again here. 87th minute. 3-0 Tampa on top of North Carolina FC. Shipolani into the box. Headed on down. And just wide of the bar on the right side as Tobin got ahead to it. I believe. No, that wasn't Tobin. That was Steinberger.
Yeah, it was a good little play again from T. Shipolani, making stuff happen here. Gets this ball into the box. And Zach Steinberger comes in with a late run, just can't get his header on frame. It's a free one from about 8 or 9 yards out. You would expect him to do a bit better there. He's forced the goalkeeper into a save.
Got some power behind it, but not the right direction. And in the 88th minute, North Carolina FC certainly needed both to go the right way. Marios Lomas gives it up to Vingard. Good slide tackle there by Steinberger. Wins it back for North Carolina FC, and here's Shipolani on the right side. Shipolani looking for a cross, and instead poked it a little too far, and Oduro takes it for the Rowdies. Ball goes out for a throw as Fernandez with a hard time holding it in. Georgi Ristov coming on here for the Rowdies as Sebastian Guenzati will come off with a hat trick on the night, a goal in the 23rd, a goal in the 43rd, and the goal in the 56th minute. Those first two assisted by his strike partner, Junior Flemings, and the last one assisted by Leo Fernandez, and certainly a well-deserved walk-off here tonight for Sebastian Guenzati.
Yeah, he's an easy pick for man of the match. Sebastian Guenzati, the hat trick. A lot of credit to his strike partner, but he was feeling it tonight. Had an opportunity for a fourth as well, if not for Alex Tambakis making a good save, but his play, his quality was a difference tonight for Tampa.
3-0, later stages of the match here. The Rowdies leading North Carolina FC. Ball falls to Steinberger, and he blasts it up over the bar into the boneyard.
Just kind of a summary of the night there a little bit, right? A ball pops out. Everyone, not just Zach Steinberger, no one able to bring that bit of quality here tonight. Just the level has not been there for North Carolina FC.
Kyle Becker with some flashes in the early minutes.
And just nothing sharp, nothing dynamic. Daniel Rios never really got involved in the game. Austin Lewis a little bit off of his game as well. Just not enough.
Headed forward. And the Rowdies will just try to clear their lines. Ball falls to Steinberger. Cut out. Well read there by Ristov.
Man, you wonder with the score being what it is, you know, how much extra time do they actually give here?
Ball up to Shipolani. Nice one-touch pass to DeLuz. He gives it right back to Shipolani with some speed on the right side. Shipolani cuts back to that right foot, crossing it into the box, headed out. It'll be another Carolina Keno corner kick brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery, and Shipolani will run over to try and take it quickly. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno, as here comes Shipolani with the outswinger. Headed towards Vega. Did he hold it out? Somehow Daniel Vega holds it out as the fourth official holds up 5 minutes, and the Rowdies maintain a 3-0 lead.
It's a great save in the end here from Daniel Vega. Not sure who gets a head on it. Maybe it's DJ Taylor.
It was Taylor.
He falls down and keeps that ball over the lines, keeps his hands out holding the ball.
Beautiful save by Daniel Vega. Taylor heading it back now to Smith. Now Guillen, Tobin, sliding it to Miller. 5 minutes of added time. And a 3-0 lead for the Rowdies. North Carolina FC, you got to get something going forward just to try and get some positive momentum going into next Saturday's match as they host Nashville SC, 5 p.m. in the first ever doubleheader with the North Carolina Courage and North Carolina FC. And DeLuze coming over, going to be shown a yellow card for pulling on Junior Flemings.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 yellow cards that Junior Flemings, with his just dynamic play, has forced the referee into against North Carolina FC. See it here. Just a little hesitation, pushes it past him. Austin DeLuze grabs him around the waist. Certainly a yellow card.
Ball knocked forward. Tobin trying to keep it away from Flemings.
Oh boy.
Gives it up. And there's Flemings blasting it off the crossbar. And DJ Taylor tracks it down in the box, but another dangerous opportunity for the Rowdies is Tobin with just a flat-out giveaway on the goal line. And North Carolina FC very fortunate it's not 4-0.
And Junior Flemings, he deserves a goal tonight with the amount of work he's done and the assists he's produced for his teammates there.
Here's DeLuze.
Right, though, James, you would hope that North Carolina FC can figure out something even here in extra time. Let's get a goal. Let's get some kind of positive momentum going into the second half. Or excuse me, the game next weekend.
Miller trying to send a cross in. Steinberger looking to pull it down in the box. Turns it back to Taylor. Taylor will slip it back to DeLuze. He'll boot it in. Looking to get on Miller, and he flicked it wide. Out for another goal kick, but obviously a really exciting Saturday of soccer coming up next Saturday here at Wake Med Soccer Park. 5 o'clock, North Carolina FC men taking on Nashville SC in the USL, and then at 7:45, it'll be the North Carolina Courage in their final regular season game as they host the Houston Dash. Should be a great night of soccer here at Wake Med Soccer Park. First time we've ever had a men's and women's doubleheader here with North Carolina FC and the Courage.
Yeah, it's going to be excellent. If you're a soccer fan around the Triangle, come out to that one. That's going to be some fantastic stuff.
Get your tickets, obviously, at northcarolinafc.com or nccourage.com, or you can call the Coastal Credit Union box office at 919-459-8144. It'll be a great night to get out and see a little bit of soccer here in early September. Junior Flemings with a chance to try and get behind Tobin, but he got his feet tangled up just a bit. Tambakis will slide it up for Guillen here as we've seen 3.5 minutes of added time elapse. Cipollani can't get on the end of it as Vega swallows it up. And you know, Jason, as you look towards next week and you look at the USL standings, 3 points standing between North Carolina FC and playoff contention. Tonight's effort obviously not going to get it done, but it's not completely out of the question. They've just got to find some more consistent form here in the final month of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. They just got to put it together next week. Didn't happen for them tonight. They were flat. But a week from now, another opportunity to get 3 points. You got Nashville coming in here.
Nashville in 7th place with 38 points. So a very, very critical game next week at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, this is almost one. I think if you're the coaching staff and Coach Colin Clark and DeJuan Bader and Greg Shields, you kind of, you address it, but then you got to kind of sweep it. You got to move forward. You got to reset, Don't dwell on it. Watch a little bit of film, but I would be surprised if you even watch film on this one. You kind of say, hey, that was just one of our worst games of the season. Let's look forward to Nashville and get ready for that and bring a totally different attitude and work ethic.
Obviously, the first 3 games of the season didn't go the way North Carolina FC would have liked them to go, as they were winless in their first 3. Didn't get a point until they took down Charlotte on the road 2-0, and from there it seemed like the season kind of turned around. And then last week against the Charlotte Independents, 6 goals, and you just start to think things are pointed in the right direction as we get the final whistle from Matt Franz. And Tampa Bay Rowdies come out with a 3-0 victory over North Carolina FC Jason, final thoughts.
This was a North Carolina FC's night. Tampa Bay were excellent for me coming in on the road. Had a great game plan coming into this thing, and they were excellent.
For Joe Farrar and our entire great crew here tonight, I'm James Alverson, Jason Gary. Thanks so much for watching with us. 3-0 Tampa over North Carolina FC, and we'll see you next time on WRAL2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.